G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. So massive stream today for the BATTLEREALM Brawl. I obviously couldn't make it because I'm literally on the other side of the world and I've got a lot of stuff going on here. But now I do have the advantage of being able to actually record a video and trying to sum it all up the best I can, because this was a massive stream. Like, a lot was actually released in this stream. A lot was told to us that we didn't know. It was like an 8-hour stream, but most of the juicy stuff came in the last hour. The stream also started at like 4 a.m. here, so I didn't really get to watch the start. I had to sort of go back and catch up on it. Most of the stream was the BattleRealm Brawl itself, like the battlegrounds, but I'm not going to try and sum that up or even attempt to. I'm also not going to spoil it because, like, just go watch it for yourself. It was it was an amazing set of matches. And if I can I can try and sum it up, but it really won't do it justice. So just to go have a look for yourself if you haven't yet, it's well worth your time. I'll put a link in the description to the actual Twitch stream below. But without further ado, let's get into what actually was discussed in the stream. So starting off with Fortress Assault. So this is a brand new competitive PvE mode. This is very early in the works by the looks of it. We really don't know anything about this. The way they sort of talked about it sort of reminds me of like Clash Royale. I don't even think they know what it's going to be like. Right, so the next thing is these new Stellar Forge champions. These are going to be very similar to the Deathless champions, right? You know, like She-Hulk and Vision and Guillotine, King Groot, culminating in Thanos. These are going to be brand new champions. They're going to have different kits, similar to the original. Like, so the first one will be Star-Lord, coming pretty soon, actually, like early next year. So they're going to have, but they're also going to be like, the lore is that they're going to be similar also to the idols. So they're actually all going to have fractured power bars. We'll be able to use them, get pieces by doing content, just like were with the Deathless champions. And then you'll actually be able to ascend or you'll be able to culminate in a Doctor Doom eventually.
7-star Stellar Forged Doctor Doom.
Yeah, there you go. 7-star Stellar Forge Doctor Doom. So he'll be like the next Deathless Thanos. And you know how good Deathless Thanos is. Arguably like a top 3 champion in this game. Yeah, Doctor Doom is going to be crazy. The other main thing is that all of these new Stellar Force champions will be different classes actually, which is nice, a nice change, because obviously the Deathless champions, they were all still the same class. But these guys will be different. Like, so this, for example, the Stellar Forge Star-Lord, which we're getting, he'll actually be a skill champion, which is really cool. All right, so I skipped ahead to the last hour of the stream now, because this is where all the juicy stuff was. So firstly, they're talking about Banquet. So Banquet obviously will be in December and following into January. So there'll be a lot of new champions in Banquet, like new 7-stars. And so we're actually getting 9 champions in the Banquet. So Jane Foster, we know. Nimrod, we know. Absorbing Man will be from some sort of Realm event. I think we already did know that. And then they also did announce one more champion at this live stream here. Yeah, here we go, Punisher. So Punisher is going to be releasing this year like a brand new kit. Well, not a brand new kit, maybe. It'll be similar, I think, but it'll be similar to Jessica Jones. He'll be like the next trophy champion, which makes sense because he's always been a trophy champion. So that's pretty cool. He won't be like a game-breaking champion, but he'll be a nice trophy like he is. We also will be getting Imperiosa in December. So a lot of people have the I think it's the Invader Sense or something is what it's called. If I think that's the correct name. So that'll be the way to assemble Imperiosa. And now this part here is probably my second favorite part of the stream. I'll talk about my favorite part later, but they showed us 3 new champions coming next year. So the first one here is J. Jonah Jameson as the Spider Slayer. J. Jonah Jameson is one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. They're getting someone to voice like him in the motion comic. I'm not sure who this is. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, he looks really cool. I love this champion model. Very similar to Zolo, obviously. But he looks really fun. I can't wait to get him because obviously Tech is my favorite class. In February, they're releasing Blue Marvel finally. We're finally getting Blue Marvel. He's been like a Summoner's Vote champion for like several years, I think. So we're finally getting Blue Marvel in February. Of course, it's Black History Month as well. This is a DLL champion. So DLL designed Kashala and Photon, Kate Bishop. He has a pretty good track record. So Blue Marvel is going to be awesome. We're finally getting him. It looks very similar to Kit to Sentry, but who knows? Like, it could be vastly different. That's just my best guess as a comparison. And then also in March, we're getting Pixies. This is a Honeydew champion. She's done a lot of like these small. She's done a lot of female characters. I think she does exclusively female characters. But yeah, Pixie looks. I don't really know much about her lore wise, but and from what I've heard, she's very brand new in development. But she looks pretty cool. And then like her sword is very similar to magic. So yeah, excited for her as well. Right, and the next thing I talked about here was the Colosseum. So this is another brand new game mode where it's like a boss fight, but the boss fight has multiple health bars, and so every time you defeat a health bar, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think it goes like endlessly. Like there's no actual limit to this boss. You can fight him for probably like 2 hours, and you probably won't even kill him. But I think there'll be limits to like obviously the rewards you can get. So it's like incursions. Like incursions goes forever as well, but you can stop after a certain point. So it's probably similar in a way to incursions, except it's just all one fight. And I don't think like the attacker can actually get stronger at all. The defender just gets stronger and stronger each time. You can see this is like his 5th health bar. And I think he just passively, it's sort of like aspect of evolution. Like he just gets stronger every time he dies. And yeah, they're actually and so this is like the first game mode where there's gonna be a solo mode and an alliance mode. I don't think we've ever had a game mode where there's a solo mode and an alliance mode. We've had like alliance events and solo events, but never like an actual game mode where there's solo and alliance are different, because they are different. Well, yeah, so this is the alliance one. So it's a 3-day event, replaces AQ, which is great. And we're getting it twice in December, and it's going to be once a month, I think. It's going to replace one of the AQ weeks, just like Raids replaces one of the AQ weeks. So Let's AQ is good for everyone, obviously. And so it's going to be similar, but it's going to be different. Like the yeah, so here's the summary. So the alliance one will be time-based, obviously, and most alliance stuff is time-based. The solo one won't be. The alliance one will be affected by prestige. So the more prestige, obviously, the better. The more points you get. Solo prestige doesn't matter at all. And yeah, there'll be different sort of rewards. And then just yeah, the more health you get down, the better, I guess. I'm not sure how many attempts you have, or like you have. Obviously, I think you have 5 champions. You have like 5 podium champions for your alliance, and then like you can. Let me find that picture actually, because that was actually pretty cool. Here we go. The podium. So each alliance member can use 5 champions, like 5 podium slots, and that I think unlocks per day or something. I don't know how it works. It's very new, but even though it's very new, it's coming on December 10th. So that'll be the first one. Will be the 10th of December. So like just over a month from today will be the first Alliance Colosseum. So just over a month from now. All right. So the final part of the stream is sort of like they're talking about the future of the game, like in more broader terms. They did a lot of waffle about like escalating rarities and stuff. But the main thing and about like champs losing value, the main takeaway is that they're not releasing 8 stars at this time, which I think is a good thing. Some people might disagree, but I think the longer 7 stars last, the more value they'll retain, you know. And so what they're doing instead is they're actually releasing where is it? They did a lot more waffle here. 7-star Ascension. So not just 7-star Ascension, there's going to be actually multiple ranks of Ascension. And so you'll actually be able to ascend your champions up to 11 ranks, which sounds kind of crazy. I don't think the Ascension levels will be as strong as, say, the 6-star Ascension was, because that Ascension level is like 20%. So if they do 11 times 20%, that's like a lot of extra damage and health. But I don't think they're going to do it that potent. But it's going to be very different in how you actually ascend the champions, because you actually need not only Primordial Dust, but you also need specific tokens for that champion, and also tokens for that particular class. So you won't just be able to ascend whoever you want. It will depend on the tokens you actually have. And you see like Ascension rank here, 2 out of 11. Can make the champions potentially very crazy, but it will hopefully ensure that they last a lot longer than potentially just releasing them as an 8-star. So I'm really happy with this announcement. It definitely will be good for the future of the game, I think. I'm a bit skeptical though, because it could make them really overpowered without much to do else. But the other thing that they have when they're ascended is this might thing. So this might, so it's like an extra bar in the fight, which makes it even more complicated. But they'll, like, when they fill this bar, they'll get like a burst of damage. Might damage it like ISO burst, so it just means more damage, which is good. Everyone wants more damage, of course. But yeah, that's sort of like the 7-star Ascension stuff, and that's actually going to be launching pretty soon. I'll get to that a bit later, because the other main thing, now this was actually my favorite part of the stream, which was the collectives. So these collectives, they are starting, well, they're not starting very soon, they'll be starting next year, but it's basically like a group of champions. Like they showed here classes, but they could be like a bleed collective, or like a Spider-Verse collective, whatever, like, or something else, like I don't even know, like there's so many options that it could be. Guardians of the Galaxy maybe. Like a collective that you actually are able to like sort of use the champions inside your collective to level up the actual collective, and you get really cool like bonuses from it, from actually upgrading it. And as a as an avid collector myself, and this is really excites me because it's a reason to upgrade your roster in a way that you might not want to else like before this, because this gives you a way to like increase your champion health permanently, increase your champion damage permanently. You get extra potion efficiency. You can store more catalyst. You can store more ISO. You can store more sig stones without them expiring. If you have enough, if you have a high rank of collective, which is really exciting. And it provides power for all of the champions in that collective. I'm just a bit skeptical because that plus the Ascension, all that extra health and damage combined, could make these champions just ridiculously crazy. And then it's just like, what end do you go? Like, where is the end point there? I don't know, but it is on the whole is really exciting. And so there's also like captains as well, which is another weird thing. In the thing, like here, the collected captains is like the highest champion of that, like the highest version of that champion or something in the class, in the collective. It's really new, and it's going to be launching with Ascension, well, not with Ascension, but around the same time as Ascension. It's going to be launching in spring next year. Yeah, spring of 2026. Well, here it'll be autumn / fall. So spring, so like March, April, May, like that sort of time is when it will launch. I'm really hoping we get it as soon as possible, like March, even earlier, because it's really exciting for me, personally. But yeah, really excited for that. And then the other thing is that all brand new 7-stars, like including Spider-Man and Lizard that are coming this month, will be able to be ascended. And so if you like bought out Spider-Man from the double track, or if you got Lizard from something from a Crystal, or from like the early release, or from something, if you somehow got a 7-star Lizard this month, you'll be able to ascend him basically straight away. So that's really awesome. All new champions will be able to be ascended, and then more champions will be able to be ascended in spring next year. And then the final thing they talked about in the stream was, where is it? This is one of the best things. Here we go. Doctor Strange rework in January. So he's going to get like a full champion remodel, very similar to Iron Man. So they're going to completely scrap the old and bring in the new. It's going to be completely new kit, completely new animations and everything. I'm really excited for that. I did play the game pre 12.0. 12.0 is a very famous update because before that time, Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Widow, these were insanely OP champions, but they got nerfed to the ground, and they haven't really recovered since. Thor sort of somewhat, but Doctor Strange definitely hasn't. He's been a meme tier champion ever since 2016. So it's been almost 10 years, but he's finally getting a rework, and I'm really excited to see what they do with him. But that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching the recap. Hopefully I was able to condense it down into a really short frame of time. And I'll be back tomorrow for the recap of day 2. I don't think it'll be quite as much info as this one, but we'll see what happens. But until next time, I've been Steel22. Peace out.